spirits are rising high when I'm with you. As we start to fly, I follow my path, a story with you. Your fuzzy hair makes me think of feather in the soft morning breeze. Your way attracted me long ago, till I was free. My heart is alive, my spirits are rising high when I'm with you. As we start to fly, I follow my path, a story with you. A pearl of my blood was torn from me, despite my will to fight.
Hello.
Hello, Ken.
G'day, Kris.
How are you?
Great to see you in your shop.
That's right.
Hello, Retta.
Hi Ken, good to see you.
I see you're having an early morning Glen Moray.
Oh, you've got a good nose.
Well, I have. Oh, there it is.
Schnapps drinking here,
Really,
Ken.
well, you taste this is really good.
Oh, it's a different.
Yes,
This is schnapps.
It's
It's a butterscotch schnapps.
Butterscotch, it's gorgeous.
It's now 15 years here.
Well,
That's right. Good, close enough.
Yes.
Yes.
What have been like highlights? Because you've had many book launches.
That's right.
Highlights,
It's very hard
things
to
that stand
name
out.
one, really. There'd be a series of
There've been
things
some
that-
high. There have been
Yes.
high. I mean, although it's invidious to kind of separate out,
Yes.
you know, to distinguish, there have been some major events. I mean, for example, the big reads were fantastic, and those that the kind of germ of a big read, an aspect that it shared with the big read was your big voice,
yes.
Big voice chorus.
big voice
That was
chorus.
Yes.
great,
Now that
yes.
kind of ensemble poetry event, I mean, we had that down in the basement, I recall, in Flickade. But then the big read was a fabulous event.
Yeah.
And some of those big events, you and Ian McBride,
Yeah.
Jennifer Harrison
Yes,
was part
yes.
of that, with Ken, yourself, that it would be like buy a book, read a poem, celebrate.
Thank you ever so much for coming. You probably know the rules. None of the poets are getting paid. And his dreams are full of money flying out of his pockets like birds in a seasonal migration, forgetting to return.
It's called The Carrot Seller's Lament for John Kinsella.
A short poem in the progress of. It's called Deep Paraphrase of Play, and it's after a passage from Diane Ackerman's book, Deep Play.
In Waikiki, a magnetic poetry kit, only 1999, and hundreds of short, simple words.
By Peter. Many dozens of moon craters have been named, with some of the bizarre variety indicated here. The Roman army on campaign drank not wine, but watered vinegar, in part to toughen it, and in part to lessen drunken glory.
1970, I went to the old Melbourne jail, and the result is this little book in a series about old Melbourne.
I could read you the unrhymed poem, I could read you the long ballad, I could read you a bit of the historical account. I'm going to read you one of the lyrics at the back and the voices of various people, and there were many. You could practically people Melbourne out of it, that were concerned in the case of Francis Knorr, the baby farmer, who was hanged in 1894.
An interesting event of family, a Gillette family poetry and music event on the birthday of the late grandfather, father and spouse, but also the 16th anniversary of his passing. We said yes.
Civil eyes. Whoa! Hot cell exploitation. Earth devastation. Water contamination. Toxic waste. Deforestation, land grab, acid rain, ozone hole. In a life cycle, extinction.
Okay, everybody, thank you ever so much for coming. You probably know the rules. None of the poets are getting paid. Every poet's reading for 2 minutes or less. No such a treat to see so many fine poets here. It's living proof that the Victoria Police day release system is well enthroned.
Is emphasised in the spoken word, but I haven't been a follower of spoken word as spoken word. I think when I first heard some people read way back, 70s and 80s, I felt that it was more like, would have a word like cabaret. It sounded like cabaret. And for me, I'm interested in categories, but not in a kind of mutually excluding way. I just notice that that is that and this is this. I do feel though that they should meet, and they do meet.
I think they do. Melbourne's got a fabulous history of poetry venues.
Yeah.
Kris and Loretta, of course, the base, the bottom meaning of a bookshop is readers.
Yes. Yes.
How's this activity, this pleasure, have you seen any changes in the approach to this now that we have modern media and not so much on paper?
Well, as you've said, somebody comes into the shop, they touch a book, they bring it to life.
Yes.
They animate those books, you know. They're not writers, are they?
No.
They can be anybody.
Of course.
Yes. But
people fall in love with authors, don't they?
yes, that's right. Well, and you mentioned, maybe you didn't mention, but if you did mention the internet,
Yes.
the education now, it's whatever you've understood, school, further education, as a reader yourself, anthologies, whatever, but now it's also the internet. I say now, let's say 20, 25 years. And people will come in and they'll say, do you have X? Could not possibly have known it through the I mean, they haven't been to university. They're not involved in literature in the way that one is on the other side of the counter. But they found it on the internet. Now they want to find a book by X. And that is there. So there has been a change. There is the informedness, if that's a word.
No, I'm with you.
Of the reader has developed.
Well, Kris and Retta, look, you're going to now spend quite a bit of time wandering and packing books and selling books on, and narrowing down to your little book nook.
Book nook.
In the
Lovely.
Your house, and you'll be able to, I think, have a lot more time on your hands just to enjoy your own lives a bit. Are you looking forward to this?
Well, this has been our lives.
Yeah.
It's been very enjoyable. We've really loved it,
It was never I mean, of course there are onerous aspects of any job, but this was a job that wasn't quite a job. This was continuing it was our life in public.
Yeah, quite.
So we're here more often than at home. So that will be interesting. That'll be a challenge. It'll be saying, my God, what's this?
Well, look, Kris and Retta, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
Really, just I don't know, but I hope that when all the writers and poets see this, they'll also reflect on their happy times here at Collected Works.
I hope so.
And you shouldn't feel too un-Aussie. I think you've earned your kangaroo star by now.
Well, Kent McCarter said about the little book of mine that came out a year ago, he said, look, we don't want your Gumtree poems. He said, if I want them, I'll ask for them, but I don't. He said, if you've got a Dorset suite, a Devon suite, a Cornwall suite, we'll have that. Thank you. So that was very perceptive of Kent. Anyway, well, thank you.
You can take the man out of the boy, but you can never take the boy out of the man. So, look, thank you, Kris.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
May I? Well, I'll also just say cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers. Oh, let's pour another.
I'll pretend I've got
all right.
some. Oh no, let's do it correctly.
You haven't the schnapps. He hasn't the schnapps.
Oh, he hasn't the schnapps.
Schnapps.
Let's have one of them. This is a butterscotch schnapps. Very nice.
Oh, well, this
There we
is
go.
a treat, isn't it?
Yes. There we go.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Just us.
There we go. A little taste.
Now, let's cheers to the camera.
Cheers to the camera. Oh, is that cheers to the camera?
Yes. That's to all the people who will be watching this down the line.
Of course, that's right.
Cheers to Collected Works.
Cheers.
Folks.
Yeah.
Bum-bum.
Gorgeous.
Wonderful.
My spirits are rising high when I'm with you. As we start to fly, I follow my path, a story